Hello, and welcome to Weekly Marketing Thoughts by CTG Intelligence, your weekly look at marketing, PR, and sales techniques to really add value to your end customer. This week, actually, we're going to be talking about that distinct difference between marketing, sales, and PR. And before you say, yes, I know, you know the difference. But the problem we face today, where people desperately need real value in this current climate, is that we're mixing them up more than ever. And I want to explain why we shouldn't do that, regardless of organization size. But before we get into that, please subscribe to our channel and hit that thumbs up button so other people can see videos just like this. Today, I want to look at three aspects of PR versus marketing, persuasion, that wonderful term by Robert Cialdini, and sales and marketing. These three different facets will help us look at perhaps where we are lacking this week. First of all, let's have a look at marketing and PR. Two things which you often bundle together. Now, I'm not saying you need to employ two different functions, but you might want to look at where one is adding value and one is in fact giving you a bit of a headache. Marketing covers promotional advertising, which leads to direct sales, and PR is focused on reputation management. So I suppose it depends in this current climate if you are looking to add value to lots of existing customers, or if you're truly on an expansion phase to find new customers. Make that distinction and then work backwards, because let's have a think about what these different functions are incentivized to do. PR measures success by, I don't know, achieving positive coverage in relevant top-tier publications or media, or perhaps winning a high-profile industry business award, maybe an increased request for information, EQ, as some people call it in the world of conferencing, more inquiries, a positive perception of the organization and its key individuals. But marketing, it's much more tied to sales generated. It's tied to revenue generated from specific goals, it's said. Now, I'm not saying that PR can't come under marketing. Of course, you need profits from return on investment for what you've marketed, but you need to think much more clearly. Are you going for a short-term strategy or a long-term? Because if at the top of your organization you are saying we're adding value, we're in it for the long term, we hear you, but you've still got marketing people who have their own metrics for number crunching, that won't really work. They need clarity on what their new metrics are so that they can do, in my view, more of the longer term strategy that will really add value and less of the short term transactional things which give leads to sales departments. And as I'm sure you also think, sales departments shouldn't rely on leads from marketing to make a successful target. So next, what I'd like to share is not marketing versus PR, but if we have a look at Persuasion. Now, Persuasion is a book that's been out for a really long time by Robert Cialdini, and it's about ways to influence people before they have made a purchase or before you make a request for a purchase. It's not got to be very underhand. It's about making people receptive before they hear your message. And it's about directing attention in a new direction. And really holding someone's attention by making it all about them. Because in this current climate, you've seen the tone-deaf emails where people simply are referring to past priorities. Do you need a new MDR solution which would integrate really well with this platform? Well, that's not what people are on at the moment. I don't mean you all have to go as far as the MasterCard adverts, which teach people to be a better writer or musician, even though they're advertising a credit card. you need somewhere in between. Alignment is key. There was a study done looking at persuasion, where people were given a blank sheet of paper before an essay test, and another group were given a picture of an athlete winning a competition. Well, actually, the athlete did really well. That group performed better because they were motivated better. But you know what? A third group were given a nice picture of Rodin's The Thinker, and they performed even better. So, sure, motivation and value is useful, but what about value in context? Alignment is the key. There's a nice quote from his book, Robert Cialdini's book. The highest achievers spent more time crafting what they did and said before making a request. They didn't rely on the legitimate merits of an offer to get it accepted. They recognized the psychological frame in which an appeal is first placed can carry equal or greater weight. So, what we need to think about is setting the stage, setting the scene for an ask. Of course, value is key, and every product has an intrinsic value. But you can't market to people by saying, hello, you need to buy my products because it's valuable. You need to, first of all, gain their trust and respect that you are a thought leader in this field. How do you do it? By persuasion, by PR, by using this time effectively. So, next, I'd like to share my final thoughts: sales versus marketing. These two teams, there's a wonderful series of sketches, comedy sketches, where the two teams bicker. I'm sure you know the one on YouTube. Um, the sales team is forever wanting leads from marketing, and marketing is forever bemoaning the fact that sales have closed a deal based on their efforts and haven't thanked them for it. Actually, this is not really the time to bicker, because the end customer can see it. If people are contacting you for a fresh sale and you're being bombarded, it's a little overkill. What I would advise, in my humble opinion, is find ways of delivering more value to existing and, yes, find new clients. Because the primary goal of marketing is to, yes, maybe look at the big picture and promote the company. Marketing departments, though, are responsible for communicating how the product fills the customer's needs and wants, and its goals are often much longer term because campaigns can span over the course of many months or years. But for sales, the focus is to hit quotas and sales volumes. Sales create opportunities for the business to succeed, especially now. But think about it: sales goals are measured month by month. That will force them to do very short-term things. Targets are defined, and sales management calculates how much their department, teams, and individual salespeople all need to sell to meet an overarching goal. So, what I'm saying is, you don't need to hire different employees if you're too small. But if you do have a team and you do have different functions, think about whether or not they are all feeding into a larger strategic goal. Or if you're struggling on the breadline to make any ends meet, maybe they all need to be focusing on really short-term goals. But I don't think that that's you. I don't think in the security profession you're just there for short-term gain. You are in it for the long time. So please align your marketing and sales functions to that vision and change their own metrics. Otherwise, you're going to say one thing and they're going to deliver something completely different. That's my message for this week. So please hit that thumbs up button below and subscribe so that we can show more people more content like this. Keep in touch with us via Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and yes, now House Party, because we've been doing a lot in this working from home era together in our lunch breaks. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and I look forward to seeing you next week.